Hello and welcome students in today's lecture. It's Nazia Begum here, your physics lecturer. In our previous lecture, we have discussed about force, its effect, laws of motion. In laws of motion, we have discussed first law of motion as well as inertia. Now today, we will further discuss about other laws of motion. But before that, we have to understand one very basic phenomena of motion, which is momentum. So what is momentum? Momentum is a quantity of motion. Quantity means anything which can measure. So whenever any object is in motion, so only force or velocity cannot give the actual position or condition of that object. Okay, if we have to know the proper motion of any object, we must know about its momentum, because the motion of the object not only depends on the force applied on the object, but also depends on its mass. As we have already discussed in first law of motion that inertia plays a very important role in motion. If the inertia or the mass is more, we have to apply more force to move a body. If the mass or the inertia is less, then we have to apply less force to move the body. So when we are applying force on a body, so with how much velocity the body will move, that also depends on its mass as well as force. Okay, so mass plays very important role in motion. So whenever anything is in motion, the proper or actual situation of the object in motion is not only defined by velocity, but it is defined by momentum. Okay, so what is momentum? Momentum is mass into velocity. Here you can see that here m is mass and v is velocity. Now once again let's see the definition. The momentum of a body of mass m traveling with velocity v is given by the product of its mass and velocity. Okay, now since mass is a scalar quantity and velocity is vector, so when scalar and vector quantities are multiplied, so the product will be a vector. That means the momentum will have magnitude as well as direction. So momentum is a vector quantity. And what is the SI unit of momentum? It is kilogram meter per second. Okay, it can also be written like this. Now let's understand what is the significance of momentum by some examples. So here you can see one example. What is written here? If two objects of different masses are moving with the same speed, the effort needed to stop the heavier object is more than that for the lighter object. Now students, you all suppose that you are having a simple hollow plastic ball and another ball you are having which is made up of steel and which is heavy. Okay, plastic ball is very light weighted, steel ball or iron ball you are having which is very heavy, and you apply some force so that both the balls will move with same velocity. Okay, here you have to be careful that both the balls are having same velocity. Okay, now if you want to stop the ball, both the balls, plastic ball and iron ball, they both are moving with same velocity and you have to stop the ball. So to stop which ball, you will have to apply more force? Obviously the iron one. On plastic ball, you need to apply a little force to stop that. But in heavy ball, you have to apply a little more force. Why? Both the balls are having same velocity. So why you need to apply more force for heavy ball and less force for light ball? Because of their mass. So whenever any object is in motion, okay, so how much force we require to move that object or to stop that object, that also depends on mass. So when mass and velocity both are considered, then only we can explain the motion of any object. So that means we can say that if two bodies are moving with same velocity, so the body which is having more mass will have more momentum, and the body which has less mass will have less momentum. In previous example, both the objects had same velocity but different masses. Now suppose another case where two objects are having the same mass but they are moving with different velocities. Okay, both are having same mass but moving with different velocities. So here also students, the object which is moving with high velocity will require more force to stop in comparison with the object which is having less velocity. So that means if two objects are having same mass, so the object which is having high velocity will have more momentum, and the object which is having low velocity will have less momentum. And one very important thing is written here, that total momentum of a system of objects remain the same in the absence of external force. This is known as law of conservation of momentum. Okay, so now let's discuss second law of motion. Then we will understand how momentum changes with external force. So see you all in second part of this chapter, second part of this lecture.